Welcome to the CoSM Full Moon Ceremony. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's program celebrates the 20th anniversary of an unbroken chain of CoSM Full Moon ceremonies. Remarkably, also on this night, we feel blessed to be honoring the 250th consecutive full moon ceremony at CoSM. On January 2003, at the advice of a wise shaman, we held the first full moon gathering in our Brooklyn loft with a few friends, CoSM's initiating prayer committee. Our intention was to pray for the personal aspirations of everyone who attended and to envision together building a chapel of sacred mirrors, a visionary art sanctuary to serve a greater community. To honor this very unique moment together with you, we consider the number 250 in representing this particular time and place in our shared journey. You can reflect on a personal symbolic meaning of number 250 by adding together the numbers 2, 5, and 0, making number 7. 7 is considered the most sacred number. In the Torah, the Jewish Bible, God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day, God rested and called it the Sabbath day. In Hebrew, the word 7 is spelled like the word meaning totality or completeness. God finished the work and said it was good. Number 7 is said to bridge the human and angelic worlds. An angel has 7 appendages: a head, 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 wings. This full moon is coming to you live. We welcome and honor the staff, board members, and CoSM members joining us for this special opening. So, Alex, tell us about the significance of celebrating the CoSM full moon, and also say something about tonight's theme, creating a life you love.
Thank you, Allison. On this special 20th anniversary of CoSM's full moon gatherings, we thank everyone who's tuned into the full moon broadcasts over the past couple of years, or who has attended one of our events during the past 20 years. The moon's luminous orb has been a centering mandala for us. Each month, it's the high tide of the spirit. Because of the influence of the lunar cycle on our reproductive systems, the oceans, and agricultural seasons, for thousands of years, communities have gathered to honor and celebrate each cycle. Spiritually and symbolically, the circle, or sphere, is the shape of the soul, the most basic geometry of unity and wholeness, of oneness. The full moon is actually a reflecting surface, mirroring the greater light of the sun, just as each of us is a sacred mirror, reflecting the greater light of God. At the first CoSM full moon gathering in 2003, our small group prayed to manifest the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. People contributed music, poetry, and wisdom. And after meeting for a few months, Allison suggested that the public should be invited. So for the April full moon, 35 people, mostly new friends, showed up. Only 4 days later, on Easter Sunday, 4/20, we received a miraculous offer, a 5-year lease on a raw space in Manhattan's Gallery District to build a temporary Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. The funds were raised, and CoSM had a home there from 2004 to 2009. During those 5 years, tens of thousands of visitors, friends, CoSM members came to events and supported the vision in New York City. Saving and searching all the while, we found the perfect site to build the chapel on findthedivine.com, a website offering retreat centers for sale. And we put a down payment on 40-acre property in upstate New York. Entheon, Sanctuary of Visionary Art, including a new installation of the Sacred Mirrors, will open later this year. Back in 1985, on our first MDMA journey, Allison and I had a simultaneous vision of the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. Knowing in our hearts that the work should be shared in a publicly accessible location, we took the advice of a shaman and began the full moon gatherings. It took that to generate the communal will and spirit that made it happen. The Sacred Mirrors inspired us to build Entheon, a place to discover the God within, a place to share the CoSM collection and annual exhibitions of the International Visionary Art Movement. This is our community's spiritual offering to the world. Thank you if you've been a contributor and have played a part in making this happen. The task of manifesting a sanctuary for psychedelic visionary art has been a blessing for our lives, and so many allies called to this purpose. None of us individually had the money or know-how to make it happen, yet united in the vision, it is happening. What lessons can I share in the journey toward Entheon that might apply to this month's theme of creating the life you love? Well, it's important to appreciate the precious life you have and imagine a future that calls you forward. What are you living for? What is it that would excite you when you get up in the morning? A meaningful task that demands the best from you. You've got to write these things down, because you are the author of your own life story. Your presence and path are unique. Who do you want to be? What would you like to make happen? Goals will emerge from who you are being in the world. If a goal comes from the depths of your soul, it will be a passion that will keep you committed. The beginning of the year is a great time to write a personal vision statement to clarify your mission. If your mission seems unclear, write down your aspirations and list what you love, your strengths and abilities. Remain curious and meditate on it. Make finding your mission your Grail quest. CoSM's mission is to build a sanctuary of visionary art to uplift a global community. Allison and I commit ourselves every day to actualizing the mission of CoSM. Building a chapel of sacred mirrors was a vision that came to us during an altered state and emerged from our loving partnership as artists. Since childhood, we both knew that we were artists. In 1975, psychedelics saved me from suicidal depression and brought Allison and I together. Recognizing true love on our first date, we lived together right away, and a year later, had a simultaneous transformative LSD journey. Melting into the universal mind lattice, we became individual fountains of light, connected with all beings in a web of infinite love. To share our psychedelic mystical experience, I painted the universal mind lattice at the heart of the Sacred Mirror series. Allison inspired and named the Sacred Mirrors. 21 works that detail the body, mind, and spirit. The sacred mirrors are the nucleus and centerpiece of the chapel that now exists. Once only a vision in our imagination. How did we get there? We followed the voice in our heart and mapped the journey to our highest aspiration, taking one small step at a time. With many distracting responsibilities, making money, being good parents, and attentive family members, joining in community activities, our guiding principle was always toward the mission. Find ways to share your mission powerfully and creatively. First, with a trusted friend who will hold you accountable, and then everyone who will listen. We were lucky that we had each other for encouragement. Find others who will support your intention. Sharing and activating your intention will give you a lifetime filled with learning. Be devoted and committed to your goal. Use affirmations and focus time on your mission every day. Find a system of habits that will make your goal achievable. The full moons have been our way to meet with community and share our progress in manifesting the chapel. The sacred mirrors at CoSM in New York City could not last in a rented space. Land was needed to build an enduring chapel. For 15 years, we visited properties all over the U.S. and met with real estate agents. While CoSM NYC was succeeding, we finally found a retreat center for sale in the Hudson Valley of New York with extraordinary potential. Every morning when we awoke and every night before going to bed, we prayed at an altar with a map of the land on it and asked ourselves what we could do today, or what did we do today, to obtain the property for CoSM. We used sigils, crystals, and precious objects to focus our attention on this vision. We prayed to saints and took on austerities. We gave up smoking cannabis, one of our favorite things, and changed our diet to raw vegetarianism for 2 years as a way to demonstrate our commitment. A pledge to spirit until the contract was signed for this perfect site. Think of actionable daily steps to bring you closer to the goal of what you want and who you are becoming. Calls to make, people to meet, a task list. As you progress, acknowledge the accomplishment that you have made toward realizing your vision, even if it is a small amount, and take the next step. It really helped that Allison and I were dedicated to the same goal and could encourage each other every day. Before the full moons were suggested to us as a method to integrate with community and share the vision, we spent years talking with people about the idea. So, dream big, make friends, and share your vision. Miracles do happen. Doing what you love for a lifetime is how you create the life you love. A life you love is your ultimate work of art. No matter your circumstances or the conditions of your life, affirm your highest possibility. Hold the vision of compassion, wisdom, and creativity, and prevail through all adversity. Affirming the unity of humanity and the great web of life, remember, each of us can bring happiness to ourselves and others by sharing the beauty and joy in our souls through creative expression.
It was beautiful, Alex. Thank you so much. And here comes Alexa Spatty,
Yo, yo, yo.
our full moon anchor, to tell us
Hello.
what's coming up.
Well, first of all, thank you both so much for ushering in the first full moon of 2023. And congratulations again on the 20th anniversary of CoSM full moon ceremonies. I think I can speak on behalf of the entire community when I say how appreciative we are for the level of devotion and service you two have poured into the last 2+ decades of this project. And shout out to all of our friends, past, present, and future, who have brought your creative expertise to this project. It's simply miraculous what can be done when humans get together and have fun, ultimately, and live the life we love. So let's get it going. If you're tuning in for the first time, allow me to catch you up. Since March of 2020, the classic CoSM full moon ceremony went fully digital, delivering its lively and spiritually uplifting content to friends from all around the world. We began the next phase of our broadcasting journey back in December by integrating a real-time element, as well as mixing in some live visuals, some pre-recorded interludes, and the merging of a small studio audience of staff and friends with all of you tuning in at home. Thank you so much for being with us during this growth spurt. There's a lot of variables that go into a live set, and we're so happy to be here. It's been a learning experience, major, but we're stoked to get ready with this next phase and reopen CoSM and welcome visitors to Entheon, Sanctuary of Visionary Art. Tonight's smorgasbord of content is sure to recharge the soul, and I am delighted to welcome our first guest. Everybody meet Fun Young Moon. He's a visionary MC, spoken word artist, singer, songwriter, and a slam poet champion. He has been attending the CoSM full moon ceremonies since its inaugural year in 2003, all the way back in that Brooklyn loft. So I can't think of a better OG to bring to the floor. Fun Young Moon, come over here and swap places with me. Yeah.
Thank you, Alexa. That was beautiful. Alex, Allison, so very happy to see you. So grateful and humbled to be back here at CoSM. Just feels like coming home. All good? All right. This is just beautiful. I wish you guys could see this. Artist creating in real time, mostly dressed in black, except for the builder. He didn't get the wardrobe note, but all right. It's Friday. We're at the full moon ceremony. We're at CoSM. Let's go on a little journey. Out of the city, over the Tappan Zee, time to leave and breathe and weave the tapestry, leave some maps for free, happily. Among the noise go placidly. A kid who hid his latchkey between the Great Gatsby and Madame Blavatsky. Get the DeLorean up to that speed, past the future's backbeat. They still can't catch me because I'm sitting in the backseat, unattached to the batch that hatched me. Left behind the back street for a style that lacks greed, though sometimes still infatuated with the raps of that breed. Pedigree, mentally set the speed, slap shot to Gretzky. Sometimes it still gets me what I had to set free just to get free. My tendency isn't towards brevity, obviously. Sometimes regrettably, though incredibly medically, my remedy lies in levity. Many musical acts I love begin with the letter B. Billie Holiday, Black Sabbath, Beastie Boys, The Beatles, Let It Be. When I first got my mission, I was like anyone instead of me. Now I know better. Rock steadily, then set it free. Hold the vision, definitely, inevitably, effortlessly. Do it naturally, mastery. Use the fabric of reality to weave the tapestry. Thank you. Woo! All right, that's what I call a know thyself portrait. And in creating a life you love, you might do a self-portrait. You might start with loving the life you have and then creating. This next piece came right out of whatever they call that thing we were in the last 3 years, which shall not be named. And it's kind of sort of like a mission statement meets rewriting the owner's manual. Wrote it more as a mantra to program in, to encode the archetype and the life that I love. This is a piece called New Manifesto. New day, new dawn, new babies being born, new woman, new man, true man, redefining human, that's you, man. New plan, true plan, new balance, new stand, all centered, attentive, a new state of being, reliable, focused, visionary, far-seeing, remain calm. Creative, loving, magnetic, activated, engaged, intuitive, empathetic, passionate, kinetic, compassionate, poetic, alert, awake, energized, energetic. Productive, proactive, proactively non-reactive. Employ the right attitude, joyful gratitude, get at it, dude. New self, true self, optimal vision, optimal health, soul recollection. Self-reflection, self-correction, never self-rejection, that's it then. Peacekeeper, street sweeper, out to clean this road, synchronized hemispheres, engaged genius mode, celebrated devotion, elevated emotion, brain and heart coherence with the special guest appearance, love. Holistically, optimistically, unified field, spiritually, mentally, physically, successful, positive energy radiating, reserve power recirculating, regenerative, rejuvenating. Even in the midst of fear, this is clear. I will forgive and this will disappear. Introspection, into perfection. Same soul, same old endless goal, new direction. Confident, not arrogant. To claim divine inheritance. It's time to shine and share, redefine being aware again. Focused, eternal, infinite, in it for the long haul, meant to stand tall. Enter the dragon, centered in the center of it all. Center point, 0 point, longitude, latitude, joyful gratitude, joyful attitude, prosperous, enthusiastic, inspiration, mastery, passion for living, fascination, rewired, empowered, and full appreciation, kindness, strength, a luminous activation. Yo, the dreary and the weary don't want to come near me. No conspiracy, this my grand unified theory. New resolution, contribution, and solution, a declaration of independence. This my new constitution. New stage, new direction, new action, new role. The goal is to grow, develop, and unfold a mind filled with light, a heart made out of gold. We are the masters of our fate. We are the captains of our soul. Yo. Did I mention I love being back at CoSM? And it's just fantastic. And we can't wait till you are all here. Send your good energies for that certificate of excellency, which is soon to come as we occupy. All right, this last piece was very, very, very much inspired by the CoSM community, by a book that the Greys turned me on to, Understanding Comics, is that what it's called? Yeah, that's how I came with the resolution for this piece. And also studying, just knowing them and knowing this community made me appreciate art so much more. And I was studying the still life classics and looking at it like, what are these paintings really about? Is it just like a cheese board and a knife or a bowl of apples? And just really trying to get in like, what is the artist trying to say? And I hope that that appreciation is passed on to you all, as it is a constant conversation here at CoSM. Just artists, as they're creating art in real time here, and just that inspiration that just keeps coming. So I extend that blessing to you all. Happy full moon. This piece is called Still Life. A walking bass line, a talking drum, speaking rhythm while walking into the sun. Let's go. 5-star, 4-verse, 3-jewel renaissance, celestial, debutantes, confidant, nonviolent, bomb commandant. Step up with an uncommon font and drop in the rhyme all nonchalant. Now try to get some rest. The rest I'll tell you at the restaurant up in Vermont. The universe is deeper. It's not all black and white like a zebra. Enfant terrible. But I'll try to keep it as simple as an amoeba as we read you all signs like Scorpio to Libra. I see we got a lot of artists up in this Jeep. If you please draw me a sheep, then draw a loudspeaker to wake the sheep out to sleep, then draw me a path so I can soak my aching feet. I've been shaking them for a week, trying to get this path to speak. That's when the lightning struck. That which I am is that which I seek. See, the intention is the fire within gets stoked, and your penchant for the avant-garde gets provoked, but not so abstract the artistic license gets revoked. Hush, she spoke. Brushstroke, first movement on the canvas. She said, we'll call this still life. Scene 1, take 2, overtime for the late crew, high time for the breakthrough. Good morning, we're here to wake you. This is the part where she starts to believe on the graffiti she wrote on the heart on her sleeve. The focus is more on now and less on the now and then. On the path till I crash, my crash pad is a pad and pen. Around 10, we're doing that thing again, and you're welcome to bring a friend. Like Shangri-La beneath the summer moon, I will return again. Mission not impossible, just a little improbable. If that's not your style, I got one that's more tolerable. A purified water sign that's also water soluble. Not a narcotic, I got a different type of molecule on the side. On Mount Zion, you might find this guy climbing, and we can switch stars, you never know which stars we're aligning. In silence, I can convey the lines, I don't mind miming, though my usual grind is sublime rhyming in divine timing. And an ancient language is my preferred way to serve. I never learned to conjugate the irregular verbs. Probably never will, but still, life. They said, Moon, to create a life you love, what are you going to do so down to earth is like heaven above them? Start a religion? Please, man, I just got out of like 7 of them. That'd be forsaken. Besides, all the good names for religions are already taken. Better just awaken best practices to encourage the merger, an advanced word searcher with the nature to nurture, always late for church. Sorry, that's going to cost them. I got lost in a crossword between Austin and Boston. It was exhausting. Time to take these words to the top and toss them and still come up with a word more awesome than awesome. Still working on that one. But for now, let's get down with the fountain pen. Words to flow in the thousands. Flip hot verbs and nouns then. Shift to your vows, friend. If not now, when? I change lanes so my heart and mind can intersect. My drive is heart-driven so my intellect is in effect. I train my mind to not waste time on the internet. I don't usually gamble, but I won this flow in a bet. I train my heart not in sympathy, but empathy. The city streets are tempting, but they're no longer tempting me. The satisfaction's temporary. I want my actions to be exemplary. Sugar and grease will make you pimply, so I choose to live simply and be still. Life. I used to lone wolf. Now it's less Lone Ranger and more Tonto. The angel's there like pronto, fixes smiles, orthodontal. Guides my throat chakra, resides in my tonsils. If I get it misguided, always shows me what counts, so I know what my life amounts to. She said, now put it on the table and in the table of contents. True power is really love. The rest is a bunch of nonsense. So let your heart be where your art be, whether your part is Lenin Stalin or Lennon McCartney. Let's hope the latter. Let's hope you give them a ladder, something to climb out of the mud with when the thoughts get scattered. When I was an OG, I used emojis to text princesses and assemble complex sentences for extra emphasis. Enters the mental temple where his favorite template is. My nemesis tried to reassemble my penmanship and distribute it at conferences with his accomplices. I said, whatever, kids. I still rock the original off-Broadway and on campuses and make my analysis on 7-foot canvases. And there with this, we'll grapple. If it looks like a bowl of apples, it's probably a bowl of apples. Now, in conclusion, let's cut through the illusion. The form and its symbol are both an illusion, and that is still life. Yeah. Thank you. Love you all. Happy full moon, CoSM. So good to be back.
Give it up for fun young moon. I'm hype right now. Let's go. Aye. Let's keep the fun going. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Meow Wolf, but they are an immersive experiences company that creates engaging multimedia adventures that transports audiences of all ages into fantastic realms of storytelling. Maybe you've been to one or all 3 of their locations in New Mexico, Las Vegas, and/or Denver. In 2020, Alex and Allison had a chance to contribute to not 1, but 2 installations at the Las Vegas exhibit. They are titled The Projected Desert and The Infinitizers. So up now is a highlight reel sharing the inspiration behind Alex and Allison's artwork, as well as the process that went into making the Infinitizer a reality. Let's check it out.
Visionary art is one of the most ancient approaches to creativity that there is.
Alex paints the people having the experience, and I vision the experience itself without the people.
Allison and I have always hoped to see our artwork brought into new dimensions.
We've done installations collaboratively for a long time, but nothing ever like this. We've been together for 45 years. Alex was kind of misunderstood in art school. The two of us, really. Neither one of us could get into any of the shows that the art school was putting on. We were just too weird, you know what I mean?
We found each other so fascinating, and it keeps going.
By then, I had already been actively experimenting with psychedelics, and it changed my work. The secret writing was the language of the divine.
1976 brought us, into a total mind meld. We saw love as the fabric of reality, and that the interconnectedness of everything was one of the most important things for us to make art about. This was a way to evoke the mystical state of awareness.
It's been so great to work with the Meow Wolf team.
The piece is called The Infinitizer. It features the God Self type head that I've used quite often in my artwork.
We love to combine and recombine and bring our two works together, which are as different as can be, really.
We talk about a third force being present that can accomplish something neither one of you could have alone. We feel like we have the same subject, which is transcendental light, and it just comes out differently. So with the Infinitizer, now we're projecting that light.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Astonishing and unpredictably mind-bending. Visit meowwolf.com to plan your visit and see the magic of the Infinitizer for yourself. Allison, I bet your poetic imagination had just the blast creating something for this program tonight in our theme.
I do love the theme, Creating a Life You Love. And we always do it in January because it's the time for creating New Year's resolutions. So here we go. Creating a life you love. Our highest aspirations are positively achievable. The visions we conceive can be realized and believable. Extraordinary examples of accomplishments abound, where seemingly impossible odds have turned it right around. Think. If you drive from the Hudson Valley to the San Francisco Bay, only 200 feet of visibility ahead will get you there all the way. To reach your destination, you know you'll best succeed by planning the journey using a map. It's what you really need. The life you love is attainable in quite a similar way. Identify your target and make a map to guide you each day. Once, I asked my inner voice, how do we create a life we love? Immerse yourself in solving big problems, was my answer from above. Small problems are common and boring. Avoid focusing on those. Visions achieved without any regret is what you'll wish you chose. First, make a list of what's important to yourself and for your life. Career satisfaction and money? Or do you wish for a husband or a wife? Have you cultivated friends and nurtured precious relationships? Spent time with family? Or do obligations appear and then eclipse? For a life you love, be in service. Doing for others offers personal grace. An island alone may be free from annoyance, but it can be a lonely place. Do you stick to an exercise plan and care for your physical well-being? Is there a happy place you go to when you feel the urge for fleeing? How's your financial state? Are you comfortable with your wealth? Do you find that you're too stressed? Take care of your mental health. List the areas of your life and locate where change is in need. What one shift would make a difference? Transform or plant a seed. Write down a secret wish you think is unlikely to ever come true. Wishes could actually be realized if you give up that point of view. You want to play an instrument, but you think it's too late to start? Does painting attract you, but an inner voice claims, I'm no good at art? Get inspired by the oldsters who got creative before going to heaven. Renowned painter Grandma Moses started painting at 77. She lived to the age of 101, a worldwide art success, by painting her local scene and the familiar she longed to express. At age 62, my voice said, learning a secret language could be fun. It suggested our old keyboard and the adult beginner book. Lesson 1. Each day I practice and improve. I'm learning to sight read and play. It stretches my hands and exercises my brains. It's a benefit in every way. Listen to your inner voice. What longing may you be rejecting? Allow fresh ideas to enter your life. Foster energy to start redirecting. When we love the things we do, we'll always find the time. If we aspire to mountaintops, we will always enjoy the climb. Money will come when you do what you love with passion and persistence. Allow your enjoyment to be your guide on a pathway of least resistance. Choosing the straight and narrow path may offer a predictable vector, but keep a promise you don't know how to fulfill and let the journey be the nectar. Each month, we are grateful to friends from all over the world who send blessings and declarations to be part of the full moon ceremony. You are invited to send in your blessings, your declaration, an intention for the coming month, or a memorial for a loved one to be included in the program. Alexa collects them all and assembles the blessings and declarations on this scroll for us to read, and then we send them all, along with our prayers, to heaven in flames. Here is the scroll, and we'll read you a few.
Jan from Germany sends this blessing. May the mighty Spirit guide us with light and passion through this important year. May humanity awaken and let love guide us all.
Danessa of California sends a declaration. I am living for my highest and greatest good with gratitude and acceptance.
Ivy from Sweden sends this blessing. May we live with clarity, loving boundaries, heartfelt abundance, and joyful peace.
Natalie from Australia sends a declaration. Today, love reigns for eternity. And Alexa, you've been collecting a few during the program. People have been sending them in.
A couple have come in, and I would be happy to read a few aloud. We have Elizabeth from Maine with a blessing. May all who struggle with various life challenges find the love and support they need to overcome those challenges. We have Alexa, hey, that's my name, from Romania with a blessing. May the sacred power of the moon bless me and my loved ones with love and purity. Let's see what else. We have Namago from an undisclosed location with a blessing. May we be patient, may we be peaceful, and may we seek understanding before judgment. I got one more, Hugo from Brazil with a blessing. May this year be happy. May our third eye see unity and end separation. May visionary art reach those seeking clarity and truth. May people discover their true selves and find their synthesis. God bless us all. I say we toss these to the heaven. What do you say?
I think it's time. What do you think, Alex?
I think so. So may all these blessings and declarations be fulfilled.
Tonight, we may be thinking of loved ones, maybe even ourselves, who might be suffering distress in body or mind. Every CoSM full moon, we take a few moments to turn inside and hold in our heart those who might benefit from a healing prayer. To strengthen this blessing, recall the name of your loved one as we pray.
Great Spirit, thank you for blessing us with this day and for our precious body and soul. We feel the light of Spirit shining in our hearts. As we breathe, a glow expands to surround us like a luminous sphere.
The brightness in our hearts magnifies as we join together in a gleaming web with countless others around the world, a luminous net of beings from the superabundance of our combined energy field. We envision rays of healing light surrounding and protecting us, our friends and family.
May the light shine on all who need healing. May Spirit renew each soul with creative power to rebuild stronger and weave peace and harmony across the planet. May the water, air, fire, and earth be purified, and the web of life be strong and resilient.
Amen.
Some who are with us may be grieving the loss of a family member or friend. We send our deep condolences to all those who are in mourning. We acknowledge the sacred space of sorrow and compassion that we carry for all those suffering on our planet. Remembering the brevity of life, we appreciate the beauty of every precious day.
Almighty Spirit, we remember the souls of beloved ones who have passed on. Cherishing them in our heart, they remain close. To evoke their memory, recall their names as we reflect together for a moment in silent prayer, sending a wave of love from our being to theirs.
May their
Memory be a blessing.
Thank you so much, you two. I want to give a special shout out to Ula, who I saw on the screen there. She did those two beautiful light fixtures made of glass, right?
She was an incredible glass artist.
Yeah.
And she donated glass globes that are very, very valued and loved here at CoSM.
They're beautiful. If you've ever been to the Grey House, you'll see one of them right in the foyer and another one in the Mushroom Cafe. So we love you, Ula. We have you with us always. And thank you, everybody, so much for being here.
And our blessings and condolences to Lowry, who stayed
Of
by her
course.
side all her
Yeah.
life and made sure that everything worked out in her glass work. It was incredible.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I mean, it's a
The two of them
cliche
were
saying,
amazing.
but it's true.
Yeah.
So we love you all. Thank you so much for being here. We got a few things on the docket that I'd like to share coming up this month. As always, consider joining us on Zoom every new moon for Members Art Church on January 21st. CoSM warmly invites you and a friend to an evening of community art making as we contemplate the theme of the month. Yep, you guessed it, creating the life you love. Having a journal and art materials on hand is highly encouraged, and we really hope you join us. Also, for CoSM members, we have CoSM Community, the newest online interactive platform powered by Mighty Networks. It's now open to all members as a place to post and communicate virtually. If you're considering membership, hop on over to the Mighty Network. We welcome all future members to peruse recent community news and audit Art Church. Visit members.cosm.org to learn more and sign up. I also have to give a shout out to our buildings, ground, and maintenance team, some of them who are here with us tonight. Just so much praise for their tireless efforts to restore and enhance CoSM campus in anticipation of reopening to the public. We have been busier than ever getting ready to emerge from our cocoon with style and ease once the town of Wappinger has issued Entheon that certificate of occupancy. Thank you to all of our supporters and friends who support and back this radically welcoming art church by choosing CoSM Shop for art, apparel, and other spiritual creative gifts. Learn more about ways to contribute when you visit the links in the description of this video. And while you're down there, consider giving us a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel. No pressure, all flow. We so appreciate your viewership. Cheers to the new year. May 2023 summon all of the miracles. This is Alexis Batty. That's all for me. passing it back to Alex and Allison for that closing benediction. Happy full moon.
Dedication to love. From the core of our hearts, we dedicate ourselves to the complete and full expression of love in all our activities and in all our relationships.
Love is the soul's medicine, a refuge in our hearts, protecting us from utter despair. Finding compassion in the eyes of the beloved and the stranger gives us the courage to endure.
May love sensitize us with care and wisdom. May love help heal the sickness and wounds of life. May love enable us to forgive and accept ourselves.
May love enable us to forgive and accept each other. May love help us overcome our cruelty and bitterness, our greed and jealousy, our ignorance and delusion.
May love rule our hearts and minds, directing us to reach out, doing our best to benefit others, to heal suffering, to give gifts, to create beauty in the infinite network that is our world.
A heart of loving kindness pours creative grace into the world to alleviate pain and mend the heart net. To the healing art of love, we dedicate ourselves.
May any merit generated by this gathering be offered to the benefit and liberation of all beings.
Happy full moon.
Ow, ow.